Hello folks, Dixie back here, and welcome back to another Railfan video. Today, as you can now tell by looking at the tracks and the train up ahead, I am railfanning in Orlando, Florida for my very first time. Catching SunRail for the first time, along with CSX and Amtrak in action. Now anyways, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. The first train anyways that we would see is a southbound SunRail commuter train. SunRail, I believe, is a commuter rail service train that runs between Point Siena and DeLand, Florida. But anyways, here we have the first train of the day is a southbound commuter train. Cab car 2010 was up front, coach 3003 was in the middle, and locomotive 107 was at the rear pushing the train. Now, as it turns out, this is how SunRail operates their trains, with their locomotives facing north and the cab cars facing south. But anyways, the next train we have is a northbound train just like this one of SunRail, except the locomotive leading the train was 108, with coach number 3005 in the middle and cab car 2003 at the rear. Now, as it turns out, after seeing these trains and the directions they were heading to, the northbound trains go to DeLand, while the southbound trains go to Point Siena. But anyways, after that green signal was knocked out by him, we have yet another signal that was just more than red. We have the double yellow signal, and that signal was possibly for the train that I have been waiting for. And as you can see, that's what I'm talking about. Those are the double yellow signals, which means that there's another train coming. And yet here he is. This was on CSX M457, which I almost missed this morning, which is part of the reasons on why I came to Orlando in the first place. As you can see, M457 had locomotive number 1902, the Clinchfield Heritage unit that I almost missed, along with 983 trailing second. And by all means, this locomotive, along with 983, we're both getting prepared to be put on M456 sometime soon. Anyways, here they are. They are shuttling their trains into the yard and trying to put their train together. But I was fortunate enough to actually catch this heritage unit before he set off on M456, heading to its final destination from Orlando to Baldwin, Florida. By looking at the back of the train, there's barely anything on the back, but just the last car, but there's no radio. The reason behind this is because, like I said before, he's getting ready to put his train together. And there are certain other freight cars into the sidings that are also going to be going on M456 pretty soon as well. And because of that, they have to take their time and put their train together, which could possibly take up to hours depending on how many they're taking. So because it took so long, I unfortunately didn't have enough time to catch the rest of the train. Since I didn't have that much time to catch the train anyway, I would be able to catch Amtrak 98, the northbound silver meteor train that comes out of Miami and goes into New York. And leading the train was locomotive 148. And then we have 350, the U.S. Department of Transportation unit with the number 250 for 250th anniversary of America, trailing second. And you would think that with 98 here, this would be it. Nope, you are wrong. Because don't worry, folks. After 98, I would head back to Auburndale, Florida. And eventually I would get lunch. And I would head back to Auburndale to railfanning. So I'll see you in Auburndale when I go back there to railfanning. I am also back from lunch. And I have just made it to Auburndale, Florida, to catch the Amtrak 40, which would be my first train in Auburndale and my next train after the 98. Anyways, the locomotives leading were number 343, along with the 310, the 250 America unit, trailing second. I would eventually see this train later on in Lakeland, Florida. But anyways, the next train that I captured in Auburndale would be Amtrak 97, the southbound silver meteor train from New York to Miami. This train had locomotives number 331 and 339 leading, but during this time I was filming 97, I got it from an unfamiliar view. But it wasn't really the best out of all the views in Auburndale that I've seen so far, but it was okay. It was better than nothing. But anyways, after I filmed this train, I would head to Lakeland, Florida to catch CSX and Amtrak trains in action. When I got to Lakeland, the first train that I would catch there would be CSX L766, the local rock freight train that comes out of Winston, Florida and terminates into Miami, Florida. That train had locomotives number 7232 and number 3386 leading. After L793 passed, 40 would eventually come back from Tampa and heading back to Lakeland, and then rolling north towards its final destination to Chicago, Illinois. As soon as 40 had pulled into Lakeland Station and left the station, 41 would get the all clear to proceed to Lakeland Station and eventually soon depart Lakeland Station and then head to Tampa and then turn around there and then head back to Lakeland and then down to his final destination to Miami. But anyways, 41 had locomotives number 309, aka the 250 America unit, and 192 trailing second. The next train we would see would be CSX M453, the southbound manifest freight train that comes out of Waycross, Georgia and heads to Miami, Florida. Locomotives number 773 and 4745 were leading. As soon as he passed the crossing, he would eventually slow down and come to a stop, as there was another train that was just coming north at this point. As it turns out, there was a meet as CSX I044, the northbound intermodal train with Tropicana juice cars, coming out of Tampa, Florida, and heading to Jacksonville, Florida, its final destination. Locomotive number 5421 was leading with an EMD belt, which is pretty hilarious if you ask me. But anyways, for that, this is where the meet would occur. The last train that we would see would be CSX L766, the local train that comes out of Winston and heads to various places in Lakeland. Locomotive number 3323 was on the train, along with a chassis system caboose. Well, with that train, that would wrap up today's video. Now anyways, if y'all enjoyed the video, please smash the like button down below, comment on your thoughts on the video, subscribe for more content, and turn on notifications so you don't miss an upload. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.